Hello guys, welcome to the episodic discussion, this time on PS2 shit. My name is Psycho Renner, alright? And we're gonna let everyone introduce themselves. So, Konso, what's up?
Konso. My name is Konso and I am clueless. I have no idea what I'm doing here. I got dragged here by someone and I don't know. Okay. The PlayStation 2 though, I really like it, so I think I will contribute meaningful topics to the discussion.
Alright, perfect. Emergy, what's up?
Hey guys, I'm Emergy. This is my first podcast as well, so I'm really interested in how this is going to turn out. I'm sure it will be fun.
Alright. We have the legend himself, Grotus.
All hail Overlord Grotus.
Oh no.
Alright, take him out.
Calm down, Hitler.
We have Frying Pan Nemo, what's up?
Wait, Frying Pan Nemo? Wait a minute.
No.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name's Nemo.
Alright, that works. We have Relogs himself, what's up?
Yeah, good evening. I'm not going to do an introduction again.
So you mean that Relox is not possessed this time?
Great start.
And Shadow, how are you doing?
Yo, what's up?
Okay.
That's
That
it.
was a
I'm
great
very
review.
Go
It's
away.
almost-
So
That was
obviously,
so
obviously I'm not the only one who's not
podcast.
going to do an introduction again.
Why? Okay, let me introduce myself. I'm Shadow. I'm from Switzerland. I played games since I was like 7. That's it.
That's
All
too
right,
old.
all right. Well, we're about to learn more soon. All right. So, this is the topic about PS2. All right. We're just gonna discuss the PS2, and we're gonna see if we like the PS2 or not.
All right.
We did. That's why we're
Yes.
Good.
That's
We
what
all
we're here.
did. Podcast end.
I'm
Yeah,
forced
Now
to
I
be here.
sound like a
this time.
monk, so let's begin. All right. So first of all, let's start this off by effectively breaking the ice and talk about your first experience with the Sony PlayStation 2. What made you discover the system firsthand? Anyone?
So basically, I've always played on a PC mostly, and a friend of mine though had the PlayStation 1 and then the PlayStation 2, and when I went to his house and saw him playing the PlayStation 2, I don't know what really caught my attention, but I wanted one too, so I begged my parents to get me one as well, because the price, I don't know if they were lying to me or something, but the price was quite steep for the time. And I first got it, and not at first, and then I got it for my not birthday, for Christmas when I was 8 years old, and I was so happy to get it. And well, basically, it's still here, still alive, and next to me right now. And lately, I got interested into modifying them, and I recently installed a soft mod onto one of them, and basically, it can, theoretically speaking, work on every system once it is installed.
All right, perfect.
Right then.
Sweet. And what else gonna think?
Well, the
Come
first
on, how
time
did you
I
get the PS2?
it was a bit weird for me because I was not the one who actually bought the consoles in my household. The first console that we had was the PlayStation 1, and it was bought by my father at Christmas. Of course, it was kind of a present for me and my brother, but he also liked to play on PlayStation, mainly Tomb Raider. So it was kind of like a family activity. It was really fun. We all were sitting in the living room and trying to solve the puzzles together. It was really cool. And then the PlayStation 2 came around, and he was still kind of interested, my father, in Tomb Raider, so he bought that as well. But at that time, like the play schedule started to shift. He was playing less and less, and since I was like in what grade? I don't know, like 4th or 5th grade back then. I had lots of free time on my hands, so PlayStation 2 became one of my pastimes for most of my free afternoons.
Nice.
Yeah,
Sounds
actually,
great.
I've almost the same story. Like my parents got me the PlayStation 1, so I got hooked to the PlayStation like in general. And then when the PlayStation 2 came out, I think 1 or 2 years after it got released, they've got me the second one. And that's why till today I'm like only PlayStation. Like no Xbox, no anything else.
I think personally that PlayStation was probably my first console that I have played. Even though that back in high school, I have found out what a GameCube is, what a Nintendo 64 is, and I might be slightly regretting not going with the Nintendo 64 option instead of the PlayStation. But since I had a PlayStation 2 at Christmas, it came with a limited amount of games, which one of them is Crash Bandicoot, the other one's Forza, because my brother loves racing games. I love like classic platforming sort of adventure sort of games. So pretty much like fits, I guess.
Sweet.
All right, I can tell you, sort of. It's probably a little bit different from yours. Like my first experience with PlayStation 2 started with a trip to the hospital. So
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Wait, go on. Go on.
Like
Go on.
I'm a PC player. I've always been. My brother's not. My older brother is not. So the day came when the PlayStation 2 got released. I was sitting by my computer playing Counter-Strike, like 1.5 or 1.4. Don't know which, but I was there with my headset on, and he was standing in my doorway trying to tell me that he wanted me to join him playing it. But I did not hear him because I was kind of in the middle of a game. So he started yelling at me, still didn't hear him. So he jumped and kicked me with both of his feet on the side. So he broke 2 of my ribs, and I fell down and got a concussion. So...
Wow.
So I get rushed to the hospital, and right there I was like, what the fuck did you do that for? He was like, what? I just wanted to play PlayStation. I was like, oh. Wow. So yeah, that's my first experience with PlayStation 2.
That would be a great ad.
What a positive memory.
Play PlayStation 2 or get drop kicked by your brother.
I'm surprised you don't hate the PlayStation after that.
I have my own story. I have my own story as well, but it is way lamer than that. I don't think anything can top that one. But it's
His story wins over everything.
yes. So it was kind of like back in like 03, I think. I always wanted a console because I've had a Game Boy Advance with like one game prior. Never really used it that much, and I always wanted like a home console. So what happened was during the summer, because my birthday was like during the fall or whatever. I saw I think it was a magazine, and I saw an ad for PS2 on it. And what I did was I basically asked my father, is this something I could possibly like have or whatever? And he said, well, your birthday is coming up in a couple of months. I could just buy you it then. Yeah, sure. And then months went past, and he actually bought me the damn thing during my birthday. So yeah, that might be the best present I ever got. Came with like F1 2001, which was a shit game, but I was happy anyways. I was like, fuck yes. First home console, so you kind of like draw around with cars. It was great. Yeah, that is it basically. I later the week afterwards just when like we went out shopping and bought other games as well. So that was great.
Yeah,
sounds good.
Mine is really boring. I was a Nintendo guy when I was growing up, so I didn't really care too much about the PlayStation.
Boo!
But both my brother and my uncle had a PlayStation, and they liked it a lot. So when the PlayStation 2 came out, they both decided to buy a PlayStation 2 each. And that's how I first discovered the system, by playing at my brother's.
Fair enough.
Kind of envy you that you have a kind of peaceful brother.
Well, if you count being punched in the eye as peaceful, then sure.
Yeah,
Well,
a
at
little
least
bit,
not
yes.
because of the PlayStation.
Yeah, that is true, though.
If you think he did that just because I didn't hear him telling me to play PlayStation, what do you think he did when we got into a fight? Please bear in mind, I'm the youngest child in my family.
Oh, you poor motherfucker. That is. Oh.
1v1 me on Street Fighter 1.
This sounds definitely more like Mortal Kombat.
Oh, yeah.
Finish him.
Yeah.
Hey, we'll talk about that later.
Right.
So, all right, I think that was all of us, right?
Yep.
So let's move on here. What is your favorite PlayStation 2 exclusives? This is
Oh.
as obvious. They can be a multiple choice, but they cannot be multi-plat. There you
I'd
go.
say the series of Ratchet games are those kind of games that have aged like wine, I'd say. Regardless of when you play it, they always feel like fresh, I guess. I mean, it's one of those kind of games that I play and replay gladly. Something that on a decade-old system, if not more, can be difficult.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ratchet and Clank was awesome.
Yeah, plus,
Yeah.
it also hit the soft spot between platforming and action and all that kind of stuff. The only game I'm critical against is I don't know. In your country, was called Deadlocked or Gladiator.
Oh yes, that's
Oh
it.
yes,
Yeah.
Gladiator. I remember Gladiator. Oh my god.
I like that game. Like
It
a
was
lot.
actually quite decent. It was
Yeah, it
actually
was
quite
great.
decent.
But what bothered me about that game is that it dropped the adventure, the exploration feature. You know, you had all those sort of different location with that, and just dumped you into an arena mindlessly. And I don't know.
It did that. It dropped you in like an arena every single mission, and it became an endless grind of like constantly killing people. But at the same time, Gladiator, that's what Gladiator basically is. You're just thrown into a pit of arena, and then you fight each other to death. Except what I hated about that game is that the weapons were pretty much useless. You just you don't even need weapons. You can just kill people with like a fist, and it's like, what am I doing?
Yeah. Also, I think the humor was like toned down in that one as well, because Ratchet and Clank games were always quite humorous in their approach to the story.
Yeah.
Also,
And
I
there
know
was
they like.
weird.
I know they like to use double entendre all over the place.
Oh yeah.
Was it? No, maybe it was in the more. No, that was a PlayStation 3 game. But in general, we had stuff like up your arsenal that can get quite dangerous if you read it in the right way.
Yeah.
Also, the title is it's a sexual innuendo.
Tools of destruction up your arsenal. That's what.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Does anyone remember what's that fighting game called? It's the fighting game which you're basically playing a volleyball game, which
Is that like Dead or Alive?
yeah, Dead or Alive.
Just wanted to
that's
say,
it.
yeah.
Yeah. I remember playing that. I got no bloody clue what the game was about.
No one did.
Like no bloody clue. Half of it was fighting, half of it was basically physics. If you know what I mean.
You just enjoyed the visuals, is what you're saying, right?
All right, let's stay on topic.
I'm pretty sure nobody read the instructions. Like, definitely not.
Come on.
But seriously though, the best exclusive game I would have to say, hands down, the Metal Gear Solid franchise.
Fuck yeah!
Literally, hands down, the best Solid
they are pretty
game
good.
I have played in my life. Like, Sons of Liberty is probably the best Metal Gear Solid game I have ever played, and it'll forever be the best game.
Oh, you
I'll
like
have to
2
say.
the most?
Yeah, two
Number
is
three,
decent.
number 3 was okay.
Two
Number
is my
3,
favorite
number
as
3
well,
was
actually.
okay. Number
I
3
loved
was
Snake
decent.
Eater, definitely.
Number 3 was quite decent. It definitely twisted the whole Metal Gear Solid scene with the whole camo, and you go in the wilderness, the woods. You eat snakes. I don't know why you want to eat snakes, but your name is Snake, so I guess it makes sense. And I like how when you eat an animal or something, yeah, or or the item menu, you see these little videos on the top right corner, and they show like little scenes of Snake either stabbing his arm and bandaging it up, or cutting a snake open just to eat it, and it's like oh god, what am I watching here? But it's those kind of scenes which makes me just want to watch more of it. Like what am I watching here?
I gotta say, like, sure, I really like the Metal Gear Solid ones, but Kingdom Hearts, 100%.
Yes, I agree with you.
Yeah, Kingdom
I
Hearts
agree
is
with you.
awesome. Yeah.
You won that.
I remember what's that game called? It's Resident Evil, but it's a weird sort of Resident Evil, as in like
Silent Hill.
you're playing as like some guy with like weird hair. Hold on,
That does sound like Resident Evil.
Person with hair.
Oh no! How unusual.
Hang on.
Yeah,
hang on.
unusual.
No, hang on. It's in general chat. I got the screenshots of
Yeah, I told you,
most of the
Silent Hill.
games in general chat.
Maybe I can guess the game. You were like trapping demons or ghosts inside a
Yeah.
machine.
That's it.
It's Ghost Hunter for
like
Ghost Hunter.
Ghostbusters sort of thing.
Oh.
Yeah.
except it's called Ghost Hunter. Yes, I haven't played it personally, but my friend used it to play it a lot. The aforementioned friend that owned the PlayStation 2.
Yeah, but the majority of the PlayStation 2 era, at least from what I remember, I basically played a bunch of wrestling games, like like ECW versus WWE sort of wrestling games. Which
SmackDown Here Comes the Pain was absolutely fantastic.
Here Comes the Pain.
Just bring it. Was also
2008 one was interesting. WWE versus Raw, SmackDown, and ECW. That was literally the first game that added ECW in it.
They were pretty great.
They are pretty great. Every single WWE game I go in, the first thing I do is open a Royal Rumble to see if they added a ring. Can I go outside this ring? Can I get a weapon? Can I throw the weapon in the ring? Oh man.
Yeah, I think for me, best exclusives, it's either Ace Combat, because I fucking love Ace Combat, the series.
Cool.
I think Ace Combat Zero Balkan Wars was one of my favorites. Or Soul Calibur, I think.
Soul Calibur.
Yeah, Soul Calibur.
Yes.
Soul Calibur's really good.
Hands down. Yes. Oh man.
I mean, it was always like my brother always wanted to play Tekken because he was really good at that, and I always wanted to play Soul Calibur because I was really good at that game. So we always switched a bit up.
Yeah.
It was pretty nice.
Does anyone remember Twisted Metal?
Oh God, yes.
Oh,
Classic.
Oh yes, the best sort of racing death game, whatever it's called. I don't know. It's basically you have each character has their own sort of cars, and the cars has like their unique sort of weapons. That's what's great about it.
It was a great concept.
Does anyone remember Resistance? Does anyone even remember that?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah,
It's all right.
It's okay. The first one's okay.
But
I just remember 2. Wasn't 2 a launch title for the PS3?
It was. The second one was a launch title for the PS3,
Right.
I think.
I don't really know those games, but I have actually 2 franchises for PlayStation, like overall, that really got me hooked. That is Final Fantasy. Like Final Fantasy X was really, really awesome.
Oh yes.
And
Number 7.
number 7 is definitely my favorite, but it's PlayStation 1. We're talking about PS2.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
But the second one is definitely Silent Hill. The first 3 were just awesome. After that, they fucked it up, but the first 3, they were definitely just awesome.
Didn't they try to do something with the PlayStation 2 when the Wii came out? They the Nintendo Wii had memes no, not memes. You know, little me characters, little me characters.
Yeah.
Right. And PlayStation tried doing something similar, except it got shut down like several months later because nobody used it.
There was PlayStation Home, but I don't think.
Yeah, that's
what
it.
Is it that?
it.
Oh
I think
yeah,
it's
that was.
Yeah,
I think
we're
that's
getting off
what it is.
topic again a little bit.
Yeah,
I
but
thought that was a PlayStation 2 thing, honestly. But
I
okay,
don't know.
back to normal.
on Final Fantasy. I know I also like to play Final Fantasy, but not only 10. There was also 10-2.
Yeah.
Where
Yeah.
you only play with the girls and they swap costumes. Now looking back at it, fucking weird game. But I guess then as a, I don't know, 13 years old pervy teenager, I can see how I enjoyed that game.
Yeah, or the Dead or Alive beach volleyball thing. Yeah.
Yes.
It's one of those games you don't want to get caught playing by your parents.
Question.
Indeed.
Question.
All right.
Question.
What?
San Andreas versus Vice City.
San
I-
Andreas.
San Andreas.
San
I
Andreas.
played more San Andreas than Vice City, but I believe San
You
Andreas
could-
also had more features than Vice City. as
Yeah,
far
you
as-
could do so much thing, like you could do the whole driving schools and everything.
You
It
could
was just
fucking
cool.
drive a bike
Yeah.
and jump with it.
Here he logs. All you had to do was follow the damn train.
Yeah.
Just
Oh,
because
that
of that.
fucking shit,
San
yeah.
Andreas.
Oh.
Oh my god.
Okay.
It was cancer.
Should we?
Yeah.
Should we?
San Andreas
Should we move
doesn't.
on?
Yes.
Oh.
Move on.
Should we move on to the next one?
I
go for
can
it.
bring up mine.
Oh, yeah,
Oh, okay,
sure.
go on,
No,
go
we
on.
don't. We don't want to listen to you, Martin.
All right. So there's 3 games that are exclusives in particular that I like holding like really high regard. It is Kingdom Hearts, like we mentioned earlier, Kingdom Hearts 2 in particular. All right. Metal Gear Solid 3,
Yep.
but none of these are like as high as Shin Megami Tensei Persona 3, which should be fairly obvious. That's like probably my favorite game ever.
Yeah, of course. That's why you had
Rayman.
that fucking tweet the
Rayman.
other day.
Yeah.
I just had a memory flashback of Rayman. Oh
Oh,
yeah.
yeah, that game was great.
Best game ever.
All right, everyone's done. Let's move on.
Yep.
Yep. Let's move
Yep. All right. How did you feel about the statement of Sony PlayStation 2 being the least powerful system at the time when graphically compared to the Xbox or GameCube?
Why
Did
would we
it
feel
matter?
anything? It is true.
Well,
th-
yeah.
Now, aside from the fact we were like 10, 8, 9, or 10 years old, so we couldn't be bothered. There is
Yeah,
the fact-
that's
yeah.
the issue. We were so young, we didn't know the difference. We were
But,
just like
Yeah.
we just
But there
enjoyed
is
the games we played.
There is the fact, and it also answers the next question, a small spoiler, that the PlayStation 2 won by the library alone, because it had at least. And compared to like exclusives, other consoles have less high quality exclusives.
Yeah,
It also
that's
was
right.
marketed better. Was
Yes.
it marketed better?
Definitely.
Yeah,
Actually,
plus, you know, the
I didn't
PlayStation 2
even
had
know-
the DVD player inside, which
Oh,
is
yes, also
why
that.
it kills so bad.
Yeah, right.
I guess we can then flowingly go on to the next question because
Pretty
I
much, yes.
think that pretty much goes into that.
Yeah. Why do you personally think that the PlayStation 2 was a smash hit over the competition? I can answer this. I like we said earlier, that system just had more games and more exclusive games that was one-upped over stuff like the Xbox and GameCube, you know? Like my friend had an Xbox back in the day, and for the longest time I saw that the games were like graphically impressive and all. However, we like me and my circle of friends that were all like PS2. We said like the Xbox is shit compared to the PS2. You know, like kids always do, like the console wars and shit. You know what I mean, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
the console.
And,
Yeah.
but we did do the legitimate argument of we just thought the games on the PS2 we just prefer them more over the Xbox because there was a lot more of them, and
To be fair, we had the PlayStation 2 first, so we did not have an Xbox or anything. And by the time we did have an Xbox, we just stayed with PlayStation because we had more games on PlayStation.
Yeah,
More
also
good games, definitely.
Definitely. And also PlayStation 2 was backwards compatible. That's something a lot of people forget.
Oh yes.
Yep,
Yeah,
it was.
Because of that, you already had a huge library of games if you owned a PlayStation 1. So that was a huge thing.
Yeah,
On the
plus
other
that,
hand, if you-
PlayStation 1 games was running faster on the PlayStation 2 than the original PlayStation.
Yeah,
Yeah, well-
it was super nice to have a console that you already can play your old games on. It was like a no-brainer.
I remember borrowing PS1 games from my friend and just playing them on my PS2. It was fun.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was really a big feature, I would say. Sadly, most consoles today either don't do it anymore or do it via some weird service which you have to pay for. Well, I understand it from a business standpoint, but that was pretty sweet back then, that it just worked.
Yep,
Mhm.
definitely. And what I think, like, if someone already had the PlayStation 1, they wouldn't change the system because, I mean, you're already like familiar with the controller. Like, just think about the X button on all the different controllers. They are all over the place. So, like, you knew that controller and you had the old console already, so you just said, all right, I will stay with this one and get the PlayStation 2 as well.
I think another reason why the PlayStation 2 has smashed over the competition is the look of it. Like, the look of the PlayStation 2 just looks so much smooth and better design than the Xbox itself.
Yeah, and one more thing is that
more eye-pleasing design compared to the Xbox.
Or the
It felt
GameCube.
more- Well, now, the GameCube looked for kids, and the Xbox looked like a huge blob. And
Yeah, it was.
well, the PlayStation 2 was the middle point, basically. So that, yes, it makes sense. It was one of the selling points as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, one more thing was that Sony did not give you a fucking brick to play with.
Yes, the controllers. My God,
Yeah.
the first time I
Yeah,
held an
that's right.
Xbox controller, an original Xbox controller.
I
The newer
still
ones are
can't use
better.
those things.
Yeah,
I
they're too
still
big for me.
can't.
I have baby hands, probably. I don't know, but I
No.
can't use these.
Yeah, those
Ah,
are fucking
remember-
classified
Yeah,
as
the
murder
original
weapon.
Xbox controllers was made for Giant's hand.
Probably, yeah.
They were made for
Remember-
self-defense as well. You just put it in your
Remember
bag and you can
the
kill someone with
Xbox-
it.
The Xbox does have the red ring of death, while the PlayStation 2 does not have it.
It's not called the Red Ring of Death.
Well, it's sort
something
of
else.
similar to that.
Yeah. But we can get to that in the next question, I suppose.
Yeah.
And,
And that would be a
All
good
right.
Right,
transition to the
Martin,
next
read
one.
the question.
All right, let's go. Did you have any problems with the PlayStation 2 in terms of performance or errors that you wish Sony could have eventually fixed if the issue was overlooked at the time?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
I
red screen of death.
no.
That
No,
happens.
You know,
never
I
had
never-
issues personally.
Never had that, but I think
Never
we
had
all
it.
know the problem when you put in a game and you just hope that that it will load the city and don't just get stuck in the loading screen.
Yeah.
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 But yeah, I had the red screen of death. I had those, and I had to replace my console because I guess the laser was somehow not of the best quality. I mean, that never happened to me with the future consoles, so I guess they fixed that. But back then, that was pretty disheartening. You know, putting in a game and then instead of the normal loading music that sounds kind of cool and awesome, it suddenly turns like dark pitched music and the background goes red and you're like, as a kid, you're in front of the TV and you're like,
What
Nightmares.
the fuck? That screen was horrifying.
Yes.
Oh,
Oh,
my
yeah.
god.
Your
Oh,
console
yeah.
was just
Horrifying. It was
possessed
just
by
like,
a demon.
"Ew." It's like, no.
yeah, it looks like you're falling towards hell. It's fucking crazy.
Yeah. No, but I have to say, I still have my PlayStation 2 and it's running just fine. So
Same.
never had an issue.
I still got my PlayStation.
Never
1
had them
hanging
either.
around.
That's nice. So I'm the only one who had the misfortune then. But yeah, the newer, I switched it then for another PlayStation console, another PS2, and that one is still running as far as I know. But I would have to test it. I think it's still running. So there might have been that there was one or two bad consoles out there who had lasers that were not of the best quality. But yeah.
Yeah, there was. I also had the red screen of death issue, but only sometimes. What I had was that I used my PS2 for a long ass time before I actually switched to a console that came afterwards. I think it was 360 at the time because my friends had that. But I used that thing for a long ass time, and after like 6 years, the console got so dusty that the how should I call it? The discs I would put in a disc there and it would read them, but it would scratch them so fucking fast. What I did was I used, from what I remember, I just dusted off the PS2 and like opened some components and just like dusted them off. And after that, I've not had that issue again. So it was just like just clean your system like you would a computer, and it will work fine again. An issue I had as well was that the Slim was not as powerful as the Fat model. So what happened was that my friend eventually got a PS2 as well, and when he had a Slim, so when I put in discs in the Slim, they would not, like, some of them was pretty scratched and it wouldn't read the discs. But when I put it in the Fat PS2, it would run just fine. So, and I think that's a topic for later, so we'll discuss that more later. But
but can we just jump real quick back to the red screen of death?
Sure.
The thing is that wasn't the death of the console. Like, if an Xbox has a red ring of death, it's dead. It's the end of it. But with the PlayStation 2, you had to restart it, and then it was just working fine as before. So
most of the time,
happened.
It was something related to the disc, I think, because if the disc was heavily damaged or
it just couldn't read the disc properly.
I hated the music. The login music is just terrifying.
Really?
As a kid, I found it terrifying. You know, at the beginning, like the first 10 seconds, okay, fine. But after that, when it goes red and please insert a disc, it was terrifying. The music is like so terrifying. It just makes me go like, right, insert disc. I don't care where, just insert it.
Also, there's like this little pause between where the normal music starts, and then there's this little pause before it switches to either the red screen of death or the normal then continue music, so to speak. And that little tense moment, that 1 second, you're like out the edge of your seat, like, please work.
Yeah, the heart just stops beating.
Yes.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh man.
Oh my god.
I'm having terrible flashbacks now.
it's Vietnam flashbacks.
Didn't PlayStation 2 had a? No, it didn't have a sensor. It had a sensor one time. I just can't remember what it was.
You mean the iToy?
The eye. Oh my god! Yes. The iToy.
That's probably a topic for later.
Yes. Yeah. Go on.
Oh, anyways, I think that's it, isn't it?
Yeah. I think that's about it.
All right. What's the worst game that you had experience with on PS2? Multiple choices.
Oh, I have the question.
iToy.
Well, yes, that was the iToy. Yes, was extremely gimmicky, but I have something more to tell. Basically, when I was, with the family at the mall and etc., and I was looking through the games, there was this game that I believe the game was called Detonator or something like that, and basically it involved, at least judging from the pictures and all that kind of stuff. I'm talking as if I was that age now. In retrospective, now I'd recognize the publisher as a shovelware publisher, so I would be way more careful. So I was like, wow, a game where you demolish houses, you will have to, I don't know, place the explosives strategically and all that kind of stuff. So I asked my parents to buy it, they bought it, and it turns out it was a puzzle game. So something that disappointed me beyond belief. Well, in retrospective, now I may find it neat because, well, the idea is nice. I mean, you have to like clear squares with different kinds of explosives, each one with different rules without exceeding certain limits, etc. But imagine me as a 10 years old and you get a puzzle game. I was so disappointed.
Oh
Yep, yep, we definitely did not like puzzle games. Oh man.
But I don't get the hate for the eye toy. I mean, you needed a shit ton of light so it recognized you, but if it does, it was quite fun. So we hope
It
family
was extremely
from us
gimmicky,
played
but
it, but
yes, it had.
well, for us it worked quite well. Like I said, you needed like one of those lights from a football stadium, but if you had enough light, it worked quite well.
Oh man. Has anyone played Yu-Gi-Oh! The Duelist of the Roses?
Yes,
Yes.
I love
Yeah.
that
Don't even
fucking
talk
game.
about it.
That game
That
was
game-
hard as balls.
That game is terrible because it is exactly that. It is hard as hell. I
Yeah.
can barely get out the first zone, which is like, okay, I got out of the first zone. But when you reach Kaiba, that's a skill. That's a skyrocketing difficulty that even I cannot do. And I'm a big fan addiction. I'm an addiction to like Yu-Gi-Oh! Back then.
Maybe you
because-
should have believed in the heart of the cards a bit more. You know?
But turn 1, Blue Eyes White Dragon though. and you only have like what 2,000 life points back then. It's like, oh, what the fuck? What am I supposed to do? I'm dead next turn. I only got Karibo.
I got
Use
an awful
Karibo
one.
to multiply. Haven't you seen the anime?
I got an awful one. I got an awful one. I mentioned it earlier. Spiral 4 and Enter the Dragonfly.
Oh no.
Frame rate on that was pretty bad. The game would randomly freeze, and you could glitch the game,
Oh.
and it was dog shit. However, as a kid, for some reason, I enjoyed it. But as time grew, I got more and more just frustrated with it.
Have you ever heard of the RPG known as Summons?
Summoners, yes. I know
That
that.
was a terrible game.
It was
Which
kind
one's
of
that
hard.
one? Which one's that one? I actually don't remember that.
I didn't own it myself, but my friend did. And first of all, it looked like shit. It played like shit. And it was incredibly boring. I don't remember much from it. I just remember it was complete garbage.
I didn't even finish it.
Oh.
I couldn't. I just couldn't.
I mean, that says a lot. At least at that age, you pretty much finished all your games. At least I did. Now,
Yeah.
with Steam, that you can just buy a game just like that, I can see how you don't finish games. But back then, if you didn't finish a game, then it was either too hard or it was shit.
No, it was so repetitive. Like at one point after 20 hours, you just said, you know what, fuck it. I am not playing this anymore.
Oh. Speaking of repetitive, Shadow the Hedgehog.
No,
That
just
game
don't.
is frustratingly hard, and I never understood the good side, bad side story. It's like you go down this one path, you hit a brick wall, you go down this path, you hit a brick wall, and it's like, okay, I need to try to avoid that ending or avoid that sort of scenario. And when you go neutral, it's like, well, here's the ending. You don't like it, but I know it's your ending.
Yeah, I know. I don't know
I
if
think it
you
wasn't
guys.
too bad, though.
Do you guys know the Matrix Path of Neo?
I've heard
Oh,
about
Oh,
it.
yes.
God!
Yes, I remember that. Holy
That
fucking shit.
fucking game was so hard. I mean, I haven't finished it till today because I got stuck at one point in the game, and like if you died, you had to restart 15 minutes before and had to replay all of this just to die again. So I don't know. Maybe it was just me, but I couldn't finish it because it was too hard.
I'm being
Just
honest.
wait until you see the final boss of the game.
No,
I'm
I
being
will
honest.
never.
I'm being honest. I never got past even the first goddamn level of the Matrix. Oh man, it was that hard and that frustrating. I just stopped playing it.
That was the game I got so mad at. I traded it in, and then I
Yeah.
fucking... Oh my god! And then I bought Max Payne 2, which is...
Oh.
Good
I
job.
remember when WWE did Crush Hour, which is basically WWE's version of Twisted Metal.
What?
What?
Basically every WWE superstar had a car of their own, and it was like Twisted Metal. They got guns, and it was stupid.
Ridiculous.
I
It
need
was
to
stupid.
find this game.
I
What
need
the
this.
It was stupid because there was no Undertaker. Undertaker wasn't even in it. I was so.
Aw,
Wait, is he in it? Hold on, I need to check. Crush Hour.
Oh my god, this game looks amazing.
this looks. Oh.
The only
Yeah.
issue with Crush Hour, there was a lack of characters. Like there was like 10, maybe 11 sort of characters.
Oh god.
This is amazing.
Oh,
John
I
Cena
need
better be in this, the
game.
meme.
I don't think that this time. I don't think he was in there. No.
The
He's
reviews
not
are so bad. It's like 5s and 4s. Eurogamer and EGM gave it a 3.
Oh, man. The multiplayer was terrible. There was basically none.
They should do that
Oh.
again with
I like how
today's roster.
Nintendo
Holy
Power-
shit.
I like how Nintendo Power reviewed PS2 games.
What?
What? Wait, what?
Oh wait, it was for the GameCube. That explains a lot.
Ah, okay. Then it makes
I don't even know if it was voice acted. Was it voice acted by the superstars? I'm
That
actually
would have
interested now.
even be better. My god.
Yeah.
They should redo this
Shit.
game. Definitely.
Wait,
Bring
they
it
have
back.
entrances? They have entrances?
What? Okay, now I really need to buy this game somehow.
How much is this? Wait, hold on. Amazon.
General chat. What the hell is this?
This looks amazing.
Oh my god!
Oh my god! You can literally get the game for like
$1.
a pound.
Yeah, at £1.
Okay,
Yeah.
I need to get this then.
Look,
Oh god!
It's
the
so
thing
damn
you
cheap.
have to play just for the sake of it. Like when they are so awfully shovelware, you got to try them to satisfy your curiosity.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god!
I love how the Rock's car is basically has the bull horns in front, and they look like he's gonna ram some cars up.
All right,
Oh my
so
God.
basically next week all of us will do videos on YouTube of this game probably.
That would be amazing.
Well, no, you joke about it, but I actually got my hands on a weird Japanese arcade port game, and I plan to do a video on it eventually.
Sometimes
Oh,
it's nice.
man.
To do
I posted
things like that, yeah.
its weird cover on my Twitter.
Oh my god! This game's
no.
entrances. All right, let's move on.
Hold on a
Yeah.
second. Okay, go ahead while I recover.
Okay, let's
the
see.
game cover.
What was my worst experience? I think it's kind of weird because at the core, it's not one of like a worst game ever. It's not shovelware, but for me, it was really a terrible experience or a bad experience. It was Devil May Cry 2, because Devil May Cry 1 was such a good game, and 2 was just meh.
Yeah, you got way too hyped over that game.
Mm-hmm. I
What
don't think
is
it's
that?
as bad as people think it is, because people think it's really bad. I just think it was like meh.
Yeah, definitely. And
Yeah.
the thing is, I didn't remember having that much bad games, but this is one that always sticks out to me because I expected so much from a Devil May Cry 2, and it was just like, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just, and I think the biggest drawback for me was that Dante in this game was way less cocky than he was in the previous game, which is so sad. Because that's one of the biggest reasons to play these games, just to hear him spout his stupid one-liners and stupid catchphrases and stuff.
Yeah.
Actually,
It's just great.
I have like this wasn't my experience with Devil May Cry 3 because I never owned it until recently. But my friend had the regular edition of Devil May Cry 3, and I was at his house and I watched him play it. It kicked his ass.
It can be
Like-
difficult, yes.
Like looking back at it, that game was like owning the regular edition must have been like crushingly difficult. Like if you were like a young kid.
But that was
Oh,
kind of
wow.
good because you felt really powerful if you pulled it off and like smashed people's face in with
I
these
don't know if he
awesome
actually
combos.
pulled off killing the Cerberus in the beginning, because that was the boss he was stuck at. I don't know. I managed to do it now today, but I mean, shit.
I mean, that was also Devil May Cry 2 was way easier than the others, so that was also a bit of meh. okay, you just breeze through enemies. It's not as fun. And then there were the missions with the woman. What was she called? Lucia, I think. They were just like recycled missions from Dante. It felt so cheap. I don't know. I really had more hope for that.
Does anyone remember Def Jam Vendetta?
Wait, Def Jam, isn't that the wrestling game with the hip-hop?
Hip-hop, yeah. Hip-hop stuff.
Okay, then. Yeah. No.
No. Oh, okay, then.
I just heard of it. I never played that one.
Yeah, same here.
You remember Celebrity Deathmatch?
Oh, yes!
Shit, that was amazing.
Yes!
It was fun, but when it came to character creations, you only had two different character.
Cronus, we're talking
skills
about bad
you could use.
games.
Yeah, it is a bad game.
It is a bad game, but it's so funny, the cartoon and everything else. That's what's great about it. It should stay as a cartoon, not the game.
Yeah. That's one of those games that were so fucking bad that it somehow turned good.
I know.
Let's move on. We derailed so much.
Yeah, next question.
How do you feel about the Slim model in comparison to the original PS2?
Never had one.
Never used it.
Right.
But I can say something interesting in regard of modifying them, because on the Slim model you can link an external hard drive directly, while with the Fat model you'd use a network adapter. So to an extent, for soft modding, it's a better alternative compared to the Fat model.
Yeah.
But the original PlayStation 2, the Fat version, had more space in it.
The hard drive was external, and the memory cards were external as well. So I don't think there was any substantial difference aside from the size.
I think the majority of people just went with the fat one. The slim version came out. The slim version's only there for like portable reasons.
My friend had a slim version, and I can say this: while it was nice to see that the online ports were built in, again, it was less powerful with some games because it wouldn't read some games that my fat model could use. It was weird. But
could it be also because of firmware reasons? Maybe, but I'm not sure because the durability on the Slim model was also not as good. Well, I guess it was designed as a budget model for people who got it later,
which is perfectly fine.
So, yeah, I mean, nothing against.
Everybody who already owned the first one, like the fat one, didn't bother to buy the slim one. I mean, for what reason?
Yeah, that's exactly what I mean. Like the slim version came later, so it wasn't really point getting the slim version.
Yeah,
I actually got the slim version, and I had the big one before because I thought it looked amazing until I actually found out my dog bites through that shit real fucking easily.
And this is the same man who also was kicked in the balls.
No,
so.
You live in a house of lunatics.
I did not get kicked in the balls, Martin. That's you who kicked a random person in the balls.
Oh,
I got kicked in the side and broke some ribs.
I think Martin's trying to project now.
Yeah, I think so as well.
I definitely need that story.
So, if no one else has anything to add, we can...
What happened?
It's not a podcast without Martin hurting himself somewhere.
I dropped a knife right on my foot. Ah!
Wow. Good job.
Ah!
But why?
Tone down your language, Martin. We can't have screams of agony in the podcast.
Alright, anyways, let's move on while I get something here. Hold on. Yeah. What is the most underrated title?
Just to make sure.
What is the most underrated title that you played on the PS2 that is criminally overlooked and that a lot of people might not have known about, but you enjoyed playing it?
I think I have one. I really think I have a good one.
Okay,
I don't know if you know the title BMX XXX.
Oh god, that was fucking amazing.
Yes!
Dude, the door is over there, please. Get out.
You know, talking about 13 to 14-year-old horny guys.
Oh yeah.
Seriously.
Personally, I recently recently not, it was a few years ago, but there was this title that was again we are in Europe, so I think you know it as Driven to Destruction. That was at least I find it criminally underrated, which is a game about the American banger racing and demolition derbies world, we can say, and it is fantastic because it has an impressive variety of race modes. You know, not the standard and in first position or the demolition derby, but it had all those small variations on the theme that really made it amazing to play. Plus, it had like a decent amount of cars on the track, which was something unusual for other games of that kind. So I really, really hope someone will make a Driven to Destruction remake in the future, because I absolutely buy it and play it.
I have a game in mind. Has anyone heard of Sly Cooper?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
of course.
I don't think it's it's underlooked though. You know,
I don't think
honestly.
so.
A lot of people love it.
honestly, I think people forget that there's also Jax, like Jack and Dexter, and Ratchet and Clank. But I have never heard of Sly Cooper, and when I recently heard of Sly Cooper, I regret everything because it is like so good looking SlyOoper.
Yeah, it's a
I
great
got
game.
one of those parts for my PlayStation
played them a
Vita
bit,
via
but it
PS
was-
Plus, I think.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I'm done.
Nah.
That's all I wanted to say.
Mhm. I played them about at least I played the 2 and the 3, I think, but they were so hard for someone of my age. So I don't recall if I dropped them or just played them up to one place. But they were so hard, and I should probably pick them back because now I might be able to finish them.
I posted it earlier, and Relogs got really mad at me.
Don't
Why?
do it. Don't do it.
I posted Trapped.
Don't
Does anyone play
do
that?
it.
Oh no.
Wait, is Trap the one where you
You were a girl in like a mansion. It was soldiers wanting to
and
kill
you build
Oh,
traps?
no.
and you build traps.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh my god,
That
that's
game-
such a weird
That
concept.
game was so weird, and like the camera was shit. But my friend showed me, and he really liked it recently. So I gave it another look. I don't know. It's a guilty pleasure.
Yeah, I mean the concept is really cool. You build like these weird contraptions, like, oh yes, this thing will knock him into the pit of spikes. It's
Mhm.
awesome. But yeah, the camera was shitty and the controls were meh.
yeah.
The concept was really good.
It was made by Tecmo back in the day as well. It's like most Tecmo games. It's like it's a guilty pleasure. It's not as good as it actually, you know.
Yeah,
It shouldn't be this good, but for some reason, it's more fun than it should be.
yeah, kind of.
You know, a game that I think is underrated. I haven't heard anyone mention it, you know, on the internet or anything. I think it was called MASH or something like that. You were driving around in cars, and the game is in top view, where you run around a racetrack and you pick up weapon trying to kill your opponents. And if
Oh,
they-
no.
I'm having
no,
flashbacks.
I got one. Hold on. Have you heard of Micromaniacs?
Oh yeah.
It is like the best goddamn game I ever played, and I wish they made it for the PlayStation 2. But anyway, have you heard of Ghostmaster?
Boostman.
Uh,
That looks sweet. Oh, I think I saw. Yeah, okay. I never played it, but yeah, I remember this.
Oh, I've played this on my computer actually.
Nah, it was for the PlayStation 2, I think. I do
Really?
remember playing it. But it was like you play as, you know, you're basically playing as the ghost, and you got these people living in your house, which I'm gonna presume it's just random college people, you know. And the idea is you're supposed to scare the hell out of them, and hopefully they leave the house.
Yeah,
it's
right.
And it gets really weird eventually, because you can eventually combo sort of scares like TV static, and she runs to the kitchen, you know, the kitchen explodes or something like that. I got no idea why, but it happens. Like some reason the kitchen explodes and no one dies. It's like, wait, what?
Okay. Speaking of ghosts, I also have a game I think that's kind of underrated with ghosts. It scared the shit out of me back then when I played it. It's called either Project Zero or Fatal Frame.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, Fatal Frame.
Playing the third game.
This is my god. Back then that scared the shit out of me. Holy hell.
Looking back at it, it is really lame. In all
Yes, of
honesty.
course. But back then, holy fuck.
It
I
reminds
never
me-
played it back then, so I can't really say.
I
anything.
can't say anything because I haven't played it, but I remember playing Fear. Like,
That wasn't on PS2 though, I think.
was it? Was it? Oh, okay, never
No.
mind.
That was Xbox 360. So.
Oh, yikes! Yikes!
PC.
You traitor.
Yikes!
I did play Fatal Frame as well. That game was horrifying, and if anyone who has ever seen me play a horror game, I'm the biggest bitch there is when it comes to them.
Oh,
I had
no,
some
you got no idea.
nightmares.
You got no idea. I played shit. What's that horror game called? Hold on. I need to. Let me just Google horror games PS2. God damn, I'm trying to remember something.
Alright. Keep trying.
I'll eventually get there. Just.
Yeah.
Someone take over for a minute.
I mean, I can speak about an underrated game. It was also a horror game. The Suffering.
Oh no.
When you
yeah,
were stuck
that
in a
thing
Yale.
is awesome.
Yeah, that was awesome. And I never hear anyone talking about it. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was great.
They should remake Fatal Frame in VR.
Wasn't there
fuck you,
There's a
guy.
Wii U version. There's a Wii U sequel.
Can you imagine
Fatal
like
Frame 2
in
was
VR
remade
when
for-
suddenly ghosts pop in front of your fucking
Oh,
face?
I'd kill
Oh,
so.
please
Oh,
don't.
no, my god.
I wouldn't be
no.
surprised if they actually, like, if it was in the works.
I hope it is.
Would be
If
cool.
it's in the work for PSVR or something, I'm down. Fuck
yeah,
yeah.
definitely.
Quick question.
Yeah, same.
Quick question.
Hmm?
Was there a game where you play as this normal average guy, but you have tentacles coming out of your shoulders?
I
I
believe
can't
it
remember
was
that
for
one.
the-
Darkness?
For the PlayStation 3, though, it was.
Oh,
You were
oh. Oh,
you had like
Tentacles,
tentacles, and you
that-
could
that
use
wasn't
them
the
only in
game.
the dark or something like that.
The Darkness, yeah.
Darkness. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that was for PS3 and 360.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
there's also Tomb Raider, but you know everyone probably played Tomb Raider, so that's not really underrated.
Yes.
Nah, not really.
Tomb Raider is not scary.
It was scary. The
Not
first one
Unless
was.
a fucking T-Rex tries to eat your face, then it's scary.
So, next question.
Yeah.
Sure thing. Let's see here. Did you ever play the PlayStation 2 online? If so, what was your experience of the internet for the system back then? Or have you heard any stories about the online?
No, but I
my
saw my
own-
friend play Killzone 2 online once.
My friend had online. I never had. But
No,
I
never
have-
played.
I have a class, like, the classic story of online was obviously assholes using Game Shark in MMO type games. Literally robbing items and shit, yeah. But yeah, that's common knowledge. So
Yeah, I never really used online. I mean, back then, almost every game had local multiplayer, so you just
Yeah.
did that.
Yeah,
Invite your
right.
friends over and
Mhm.
do that.
So many hours spent couch co-oping with your friend.
Oh,
To be
yeah.
fair-
five.
To be
Definitely.
fair, I spend the majority of the PlayStation 2 era literally just playing WWE games, and those games had like it sort of had an online multiplayer thing, but I never got into a game. Like you can go online, you can search for games, you can download contents from the game, you know, like character creation and all that. But you can never play online in a 1v1 game because it's terrible connection, and soon as like someone does a finisher or ultimate or whatever, they just leave the game. There's no punishment. There's no punishment in the game, and it's
Rage quitting back then was something not so punished.
Yeah, not so punished.
And also with the wrestling games, it's much funnier to sit down with a friend of yours and both make a character that looks like themselves and then beat the shit out of each other. That's the best.
Oh man.
You had to play a video game to do that?
Well,
you mean knocking your teeth down with your brother? Well, I think it can be done offline, but
I mean, you
At
might
least you
like
have
being
approximately
drop
the
kicked
video
by
game.
other people. I don't. So
You sure about that?
Have you ever tried?
I don't want to. Thank you.
I think we should move on.
Okay.
yeah, next question.
All right. Since the PlayStation 2 was seen as Sony's greatest system, what are your thoughts about Sony trying to preserve these backwards compatibility games currently with PS2 to PS4? What do you
it's a
think
good
of the
thing,
service
because-
entirely? Go on.
I
Yeah, it's
hate
a good
that you
thing
have to
because
buy them
they-
again.
Yeah, I hate that. Did you have to buy them again? That's
Oh, you have to buy them
down.
again?
Yeah.
Yep. You can't just
Oh,
put
I
your
thought you
CD
could
in.
just put the disc in and run it.
Nope.
Nope.
Okay.
No,
No,
you have
You
to
have to buy
them
them in the
digitally.
PSN store. Yeah.
Then
That's
yes, I agree.
shit.
It's BS.
I mean, the thought behind it that you can play old games again is nice, but
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's
I
it's
wouldn't
the
do it like
greedy-
that.
It's
You have to
just
buy
the
them
greedy side
again?
of Sony. I mean, seriously.
Basically, sounds
someone-
good on paper, but the way it was done, it's bullshit.
As someone who owns like 600 PlayStation 2 games, you have no idea how much money all those costed back then.
I'm gonna get shit for this. I think it's okay because they up the resolution.
Yep. Plus they add trophies to them.
Yeah, that
But if you
I feel like that's
ask me-
really important because when you up the resolution, I don't have a fat TV anymore. You know, like a SD
Yeah.
TV or whatever.
Yes, I know.
So the games
input
look like
delay
and
shit.
whatnot.
The games look like shit trying to play them on
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
flat screen.
that's right.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's a bad thing that they do that. I just would say I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't buy games like that. It's just
But something they could have done was to maybe do both things. People that own the disc can physically run it.
Yeah.
And the games, let's say upscaled and whatnot, can also be bought on online. I guess that would have been the best compromise.
Yeah.
You want to know what
I
would
think-
be nice?
well-
If you inserted the disc in, you'd get a discount.
that would be awesome.
It wouldn't run the
yes.
game, but it would get a.
Something like that.
If you inserted the disc, it will take you to a page where you get a discount. That would be great.
Oh,
Well,
absolutely.
there will of course be the problem. Could they
Just
You know,
rent it.
prevent it that you would
Yeah.
give your one disc to all of your friends? Could they
yeah.
make a
I mean, they could do that, but if you're gonna do that, I mean, I don't
No,
think
but-
they care.
No, the
But
question is
seriously-
there something on the old PlayStation 2 disc that makes them different from each other, like a serial thing?
I don't
a
know. I
serial
don't think so.
number?
I don't
No,
think so,
no,
no.
that's the
See, so
problem is
how
something
would you
like
do
that.
that? I couldn't figure out
Well,
how
that's
to
the
do
problem, isn't it?
No,
Yeah.
what I really like about the concept is that like you can buy all the games that you did not get back then, but you say, hey, I really like that, but I can't get it anywhere. Like Amazon doesn't sell it anymore, so I can just get it there for like €5 or something
Yeah.
like that. That's really nice. But the fact that you have to rebuy games you already own, I think that's really shit.
that. Yeah, I wouldn't do that. But yeah, I think for some people it's a cool service, and
Yeah, to be honest, I've
It's
bought
nice.
the first Silent Hill in the PlayStation Store because I never bought the first one as a disc. I've got it from a friend back then, but I never had it, so I said, hey, you know what? I want it. It was on sale. I think I paid €3 or something like that.
so yeah, that's
So-
another cool aspect. Of course, you can play and buy games that you never played before. For example, I, for some reason, have completely bypassed the Jack and Dexter series because I
Yep.
played Ratchet and Clank, I guess. But that's maybe something I would actually buy because it wouldn't be like I'm buying these games again because I never owned them. So that, I guess, that would be all right for me. But I wouldn't buy games that are already. Yeah.
Yeah, but I agree with that, and I agree with what Martin said. I feel it's 100% okay. I think it's a really fun, good thing that you can go back to the old games, and
You
the
can
fact,
show your kids.
yeah, you can get back to all the old games for the nostalgia or whatever. But the fact that like you're saying that with the discount and shit, like that's I mean, they put a lot of work to make you be able to get those games for the new consoles.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't figure out how to do that with the discount because back then there were no serial numbers and stuff like that. At least on PlayStation titles.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a weird thing, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Let's move on.
All right.
All right. Before the next question, family is calling me, so I'll be leaving for now. In case you are still rolling, I will join you later on.
All right, take care, Konzo. It was nice having you.
Konzo.
Yep.
All right, goodbye.
Follow me,
Bye.
shit. All right. Take care, Konzo. All right, so let's move on to number 11. How do you feel about the jump of quality in terms of games and performance from PS1 to PS2? If you own a PS1, prior.
Like I said, this like for a person that don't know specs for shit.
Yeah.
Like the graphics were like it was fucking jaw dropping. Like the change from the first to the second.
Mm-hmm.
Today you look at like the PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 2, like both are fucking dog shit. But back then, like the difference was insane.
Yeah, exactly. Like with GTA San Andreas, for example, you thought like, oh my god, this is almost real.
Yeah.
And how can it possibly go better? And now you start it up and think, well, okay, I think I'll just turn it off again.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Also, you could like really notably see how smoother games would run if you put in a PlayStation 1 title in your PlayStation 2. You could really see a big difference there, how smooth they would run.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, definitely.
Jumping from Metal Gear Solid 1 to Metal Gear Solid 2
Oh god.
was quite the experience.
Yes,
I'll
you
tell
could.
that.
You could have a side-by-side comparison because in Metal Gear Solid 2 there was this weird mode where you could replace characters in a cutscene with other models, and there were models from the first Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah.
So you could have them side by side, and they looked dog shit back then. Holy hell! You couldn't even make out what the facial features were like. Is this an eye? Is this his nose? I don't know.
Well, I think what's the most impressive though was that you went from pointy objects into more edged out objects.
Yes.
You're talking about Tomb Raider?
Example 1, Lara's breast.
During the era where we finally got things to look very realistic in comparison to, where we just looked like squares.
Yeah.
Laura.
Come on, that is the
builds.
best example. That is the best example.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
is.
To be fair, they were triangles, but still.
Very pointy triangles.
Very pointy triangles.
Must have been fucking cold in the cave she was jumping around.
Oh yeah.
Yes,
that,
exactly.
There was no eyes. There was no eyes on
No
on
chance.
Snake. Not even jaw. It was just well. There was lips. There was lips. There was a chin. There was something there. But
No eyes. It's the best.
This one's better.
looking at it now. Look at his bandana though. Bloody hell! It looks like it's spray painted on.
Oh yes, good memory.
I've infiltrated Shadow Moses Island. Oh my god.
Look at this
So
wall
good.
texture. It's not even friggin' a wall. Oh man, even the background looks better quality in the actual game.
What about this
Yeah.
one?
Yeah.
Triangle breasts.
Oh my god.
That face though.
You could poke your eye out there. My god.
Yeah, you really.
I have such a great story about this, including my mother playing this game. It was so awesome. She played a Tomb Raider game like for the first time in her life, having a controller in her hand, and there was like this trap with those swinging blades, and she was like, "Be careful, careful." Took really little mini steps until at one point, like we said, okay. It had to be her breast that got cut off because nothing else could have touched the fucking blades. Because they were so pointy in front of her and she was dead all of a sudden. So we said, all right, great. You just cut off Tomb Raider's breasts.
Oh, how far we come.
Yeah, that's actually a really good image.
Yeah, that's a good image. That's a good
Yeah.
image. Oh man.
Damn.
Notice how the breasts go smaller.
Also, she looks less angry with each game.
Oh yeah, less angry. Yeah.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah, more concerned by the looks of it.
Yeah, kinda. Oh, that's
man.
awesome.
Oh, Tomb Raider, you were awesome.
Oh yeah.
I've noticed that she gets more tanned as well. Like, what the hell? Look, she goes from orange to normal. Like, what is this?
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
That's true.
Uh,
Oh well, I think that showcases pretty much what we think about the jump in quality.
Yeah, it was a huge step in quality. Holy shit! It was
Yeah.
it was almost like real life.
Back then, yes.
And now look back at it, it's a dog shit. It's become
Of course,
so far
but
over the past 20 years.
the belt remains the same.
Yes. So, number 12. Have you played on a PZSX2 emulator on PC? What do you think about it, and what would you like to see done for the future of PS2 emulation?
No,
I have.
haven't.
I can stay.
I never had it.
Nope.
I never had.
I fucking loved playing Final Fantasy 12, cranking up AA and all kinds of shit, upping the resolution so it looked like a fucking remastered game.
But
Okay,
yeah,
That
that's
was
nice.
amazing. And
but yeah, I never used an emulator because I'm always like skeptical. Like, is this a virus? Is this real? Is this fake? So I just never really bothered using an emulator unless someone actually has a good one that they could share.
Yeah,
Well,
PCSX2 is really good.
I've just used the PCSX, like the first emulator for the first PlayStation. But what I really love about those emulators is that you can save every second. Like, you don't have to wait for a save spot. Like in Final Fantasy, for example, you can just save whenever you want.
Makes some games a bit easier, yes.
Yep, definitely.
But yeah, I never used really an emulator for PlayStation 2, but just in general, I'm always in favor of emulation, especially if you cannot really get the games and the console anymore on the normal market. So
Yeah, right.
go emulation.
But you just have to be careful not to override your only save game seconds before dying.
Always make backups.
Dear
Always.
Nemo.
I had too many memories of that. Too many.
I think
Okay.
PS2 emulation in about 5 years will be really fucking awesome.
I think, but although people will be like, "Where's the PS3 emulator then?"
Yeah, by then they'll be like, "Where's PS3 emulator?" And I'm just gonna be like, "Fuck you, PS2."
But what do you think will this emulator be in comparison to the service that Sony is offering? Like
I think it will be
thing-
arguably better, in all honesty.
You think
Yeah.
so?
Yeah, this is powerful PCs we're talking about.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay, that's true. So,
Mhm.
so okay, follow-up question. Do you think, is there any legal ground that the Sony could go on to maybe cancel this? Would they? Should
no,
they?
technically, because they direct you to getting the BIOS to run the emulator in a legit way, so that that doesn't break legal ground.
Okay.
Although people just pirate the BIOS because they can't be bothered to put in a disk into the PS1 and all kinds of shit, or like PS2 and all kinds of shit. But I mean, there's no way to really prove that the games being emulated is actually illegal use of a copy or whatever. So no, I don't think so.
Oh, okay. Then nice.
Also,
the
besides,
thing
I don't
is-
think Sony cares too much.
Yeah,
That
the
might
games
be.
are ancient. The games are ancient. Like, why would they care?
The companies might care, but not Sony. I doubt it.
Okay. Maybe I should rephrase that. The company might not care, but the developers probably would.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, the thing is, you are technically you are not allowed to make a copy of the game, like the ISO file that you need. You're
Yeah.
not allowed to do that, and
Yeah,
that's the point. But if you
Hmm.
can insert the disc, it's fine.
Definitely. I mean, I've done it, and I'm just like, well, I own the console, I own the game, I don't care.
Yep.
Yep.
Sure. definitely.
Should we move on next one?
Yep.
Yeah, sure.
Yep.
What was your favorite launch titles on PS2?
SSX.
Definitely SSX. And I'm
wait,
gonna add Madden
wait.
NFL into it as well.
Wait, they can be multiple choices, and
Okay,
they have to be
Tekken-
games released in 1999 to 2002 for all regions.
So yeah,
GTA
SSX fits.
3.
K3, all right.
I think that was a launch title. I could be wrong though.
I like Dynasty Warriors. Even though I didn't
Oh
play it on
yes, yes,
That was
yes,
cool.
Yes, Dynasty Warriors. Although technically speaking, I only owned Dynasty Warriors 4 onwards, so I never really touched the first one. But I think the first PS2 game, besides Metal Gear Solid, would be Crash Bandicoot Twin Cortex. Was it? I think
Twin
it's
Sanity, I
Cortex.
think it was called, right?
No. Twin Sanity is for the PlayStation. Wait, hang on. Twin Sanity. It's called Twin Cortex, though. Oh yeah, Twin Sanity was a PS2 game. What the hell? I did not realize that.
I have shoutouts to a lot of them. SSX, Tekken Tag Tournament,
Yes.
Time Splitters,
Yes.
yes,
All of these.
and FIFA 2000. Nah, fuck that
Oh,
game.
Just
I'll
don't.
kill you.
Don't
Smuggler's
bother.
Run too. Smuggler's Run is weird to me.
Oh yeah. It's called Wrath of Cortex when they
Oh yeah.
introduced Crunch. That's what it is. The Crunch Bandicoot.
Smuggler's
that
Run
was really
was
interesting.
all right as well.
But honestly, the best Crash Bandicoot game has to be Nitro Kart. Like Crash Nitro Kart's probably the best game.
Yeah,
I
that
played.
game was fun.
Yeah, but I'm gonna have to say Madden NFL 2001.
No, I don't like Madden. Madden
The
is
reason
useless.
behind this is because both me and my brother were American football players when we were younger, so that's the first game we ever played on PlayStation 2.
Oh, okay.
I'll say this too. SSX definitely was a really good snowboard series till EA ruined it with the reboot.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah,
Mhm.
EA
all those games were
ruining
great.
games.
Even on tour was really good actually.
Yeah, was fine.
Hmm.
Hang on, I'm trying to search for any other launch titles.
Well, I have a list, but actually, despite from SSX and Tekken Tag Tournament, there's nothing really interesting on it. But I have to say,
no.
there are 29 launch titles, but that's pretty impressive because how many launch titles did the Nintendo Switch have?
Good question.
Five?
-2.
Yeah, I think it were 2.
I remember, what is it called? It's Unreal Tournament. Yeah, that was a launch title. Wait, what?
What?
People
Apparently-
forget Time Splitters. It's a good series.
Yeah.
I
I've
only
played
really
it,
played Time Splitters
unfortunately.
3. It was fun.
Oh, Future Perfect is great.
What's
The-
Ridge Racer?
The
What is
part
Ridge
where you
Racer?
shoot a deer that comes out of the wall, it was great.
Yeah.
Mm, Tekken
Gradius
Tag
is pretty
Tournament.
good too. Gradius Spin 4. They also came out in terms of the launch there.
Yeah, I gotta say, Unreal Tournament doesn't really count.
Really?
Yeah, it doesn't.
Yeah, it's Microsoft
Oh.
Windows and Dreamcast.
Also, Summoner was a launch title.
Yeah, and it sucked. Big time.
Just saying.
I explained
Uh,
a lot though.
There was Forza, I guess. I guess that's something. Wait, what's it called? Forza?
Wait,
it was a
fuck!
racing game.
Fuck!
What?
I've not played it, but it deserves a shout out as a launch title. Eternal Ring by From Software.
Oh wait, Eternal
Yes.
Ring.
Yes, Eternal Ring by From Software. It's known as the OG
yes.
Dark Souls.
Oh,
First person everything.
Oh.
It's super hard.
dude, he looks like Enduin. He looks like fucking Enduin.
Yeah. Eternal Ring by From
true.
Software.
Yes.
That deserves a shout out.
That's one of these games that I actually never finished.
No,
I-
it's hard. It's rumors are it's coming out on PS4. So let's see.
Everything kills you in that game, even the water.
Never mind. Forza was 2005.
If you're thinking about a racing game on PlayStation 2, that would have been Gran Turismo, but it wasn't a launch title as far as I know.
Actually, since it's not a question here, I could make like a sub question here right now. I'm gonna shout out a racing game that is I don't know, not many people think about them now. Burnout 2.
Oh,
Oh,
yes.
Yeah,
I
That's a
haven't
good
played
game.
that one. I only played the original Burnout.
I keep
Burnout
forgetting about
one.
Burnout. I got like a bunch of Burnout games, but I never played them. I got no idea why.
They
ridiculous.
were awesome.
I
Definitely.
remember Burnout too. Like you open the screen and it was just like damn, da 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 da. I was like yes.
Was it in Burnout 2 where you had the mode where you just have to cause a massive amount of havoc by driving on
Yeah.
an intersection and causing a huge crash?
Yes.
Oh god, yes.
Yeah,
That's
I feel
my kind of game.
The only downside to Burnout, at least for me, was like, you look at it and it's like, oh, you can knock racers out of the race by crashing into walls. Like, and next thing you know, they just respawn, and I'm like, oh.
Too bad.
a sense if you're that was quite kind of could be illegal.
Does
in
anyone
that
remember?
thing with
Does anyone
Burnout.
remember? Does anyone remember Quidditch? Like Harry Potter Quidditch, like that somehow made it appear.
I saw that in a store once. I was like, nope. It's
I
Sorry.
borrowed
no.
that from my
I've never
friend on the
played it, but
GameCube.
I wanted that game so bad, but I never played it.
Yeah, it's called Quidditch World Cup.
Yeah,
It's
it's
basically
not very
FIFA.
good.
It's
yeah.
basically
I saw
FIFA.
that. I saw that cover and I was like, no, that's horrifying. I'm getting out of here.
It was an
Nah.
interesting idea. It was an interesting idea, but
The
let's
idea
face it,
was
it's
fun, but
football.
It didn't
It's
work.
football.
until you actually play the quote-unquote World Cup, it's not so fun anymore.
It's not so
For your
fun.
section, it's fun as hell, but when you
Also-
actually get to the sport, the main game, it's shit.
All right.
Yeah, I love the Harry Potter Chamber of Secrets where you actually have to like get house points. What it's called, house points.
Yeah, house points. Yeah,
Yeah, that like that was a fun mechanic. Except
know,
they never did
anyways,
it again.
On
We've
Quidditch.
derailed too much. Let's
Yeah,
move
that's
on.
true.
yeah,
Let's
yeah.
go on. Let's
Right,
go on.
right.
Yeah. If you could revive one specific PlayStation 2 intellectual property that's not active currently on the PS4 as a continuing franchise, then what would it be?
Silent
I-
Hill.
I may sound like a broken record, but SSX.
I agree with Shadow. SSX 100%.
Yeah. I mean, my gut reaction would have been to say Ace Combat, but there is Ace Combat Assault Horizon, and they announced starting of this year a new one for PlayStation 4. In
VR, yes.
2018, it should come out, so I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, SSX, definitely.
sweet code. Then
Let me take a
No,
look
I-
at my library of games
Yeah.
behind me.
I would honestly, I want to see Jack and Dexter come back. I want to see that come back.
Yeah,
I know
mean,
I know
I agree.
I know that PS4 now has Ratchet and Clank, but I want to see Jack and Dexter come back.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, if Ratchet and Clank can make it, so why not Jack and Dexter?
Yeah.
Definitely. No, but I really want to see another Silent Hill. I'm so mad that they stopped Silent Hills.
I'm mad that they stopped fuck. Never mind.
Good job.
Never mind. I can't remember it, but
you really want them to keep fucking?
no.
So what? BMX XXX then? What?
Activision, start making real Spyro games and not the Skylander shit.
Yeah.
No,
Medieval.
but seriously, Suikoden.
Oh,
you know.
medieval.
Suikoden,
Medieval.
yes.
Medieval. They should do a medieval
Yeah, that would
where
be
you play
really
you play as
nice.
a bad guy. You play as a goddamn bad
Yeah,
guy,
and
for
you-
goodness sake.
You can fucking you can bitch stab people with your own fucking
Oh.
arm.
No, guys, you know what we need? We need another Destroy All Humans.
Oh,
Um,
yes.
Oh
Totally.
yeah, but
Wait,
wasn't that PS3?
that was PS2 and 360. It came out very late, but it was
Very
PS2,
late,
so
yeah.
it counts.
Definitely, yeah.
Haha.
But I think Spyro's probably got enough attention. I think
Yeah.
they already made
Yeah.
another Spyro game anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, there was a PS3 Spyro game. Which
If it wasn't for
really
the
well
Crash
received.
Bandicoot remake coming out, I would say the whole Crash Bandicoot series altogether. But
Yep.
but they're only getting free, the first, second, and the third one of Crash Bandicoot. I want like every single one of the Crash Bandicoot games remastered. I want all of them remastered.
Yeah, I would have loved the same for Ace Combat. I would play every single one of them again. But yeah.
Oh man. I think that's it, really.
Yeah, I got
there's
nothing
some
more to add.
there's some really good games to can revive, but we could talk about that. But they really obscure shit, but it would take
Fatal
hours.
Frame VR. Do it.
Also, shout outs to more bad games from earlier. I found it on my shelf. Home Alone.
Oh no, no!
Oh god.
No.
What
Yeah.
did you expect? It's a movie tie-in game. Come on.
All right, let's go. Let's move on here, shall we? What do you think of the launch price of the console, which was $300 and 263
65.
euros?
It was fair.
65. Shit.
Yeah.
Sorry,
It
I like
was-
this next year some shit.
Oh, it's
The price was fair back then, considering that the Xbox was like what 350 quid.
Xbox with that price actually helped the sales by that point.
yeah, but if you look through it, like the money wise, the value of the money have changed, and the pay. If you look at the today's rate of the games, what is it? What was it? 350.
It was
As a
before the
launch?
credit crunch, anyway.
Yeah,
so...
but
Yeah,
but still.
inflation.
Yeah, and the PlayStation 4 release price was like £350.
Yeah.
So if you go by it, even though that's all for us today, and it's a shitty console, if you count for today, it was a good console back then.
Mm. Yeah.
Also, back then, I didn't earn my own money, so I didn't have a concept on how much this would cost. So,
Same here. I mean,
yeah.
I got on my
Same.
birthday.
Yeah,
was
I got it on my
Hey.
birthday as well.
This thing came out in 2000. I was 11 at that point, so
Yeah,
I had
yeah.
no idea how much money that is.
yeah. So
I was like
can't
8.
really say it was a fair price because my childish brain back then didn't know.
I was like 8. I was funny enough. Here's the funny thing though. When I was 8 or younger, I can't actually remember this, but I remember every time I had money, I was like counting up all the way to 265, and it wasn't in pounds, it was pennies.
One man can dream.
And I was like holding like what £2.65, and I'm like I can buy the PlayStation 3, the PlayStation 2.
Nice.
It was hilarious back then. Oh god.
Like
final.
everyone else, I didn't really think much about the price because
Yeah.
I didn't get the PS2 until the PlayStation 3 was out.
I think it's a perfectly reasonable price for a new console.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's reasonable.
I mean, and I guess a lot of people thought that because when it came out, it was outsold everywhere.
Yep.
True.
Apparently. Yeah, it also had like it was also something called the Great Memory Card Famine back in the day,
Oh, yeah,
where
memory cards was
no one
stupid
could find
then.
memory cards anywhere.
Memories.
Yeah, it's actually a thing, by the way. Look it up. PS2 memory card famine.
Oh man. Stupid back then.
All right, on to the last question, huh?
Yep.
Yes. What was your best memory from playing on the PlayStation 2? They will always remember which defined experience for you.
I really have to start that one. Silent Hill 3 was still PS2, right?
Yeah.
Yep, it was.
So I remember my father, like, he liked to watch me playing Silent Hill 3. Like, he sat next to me and he was like really really into it and tried to help me solve all the stuff and everything. But I remember one scene. I don't know if you've played this. At one point you're like in a bathroom and there's one stall is closed and you
Oh.
can knock on the door, but
Oh
then
yeah.
someone from
Oh.
inside will knock back. And only if you try to leave, the door opens. And if you look into the stall, it's all bloody. And my father said, "Oh, someone just got their period." The whole horror was gone.
Also, shout outs to the mirror scene.
I just want to say, back on Lara Croft for a second here. Does anyone remember the fridge scene where you have this weird butler just
Yes,
just-
lock your
just
bottle in
carrying
the
a-
fridge.
Oh, we all
Yes.
did this.
That is amazing.
Oh god, to be fair, I was a kid back then. I thought that the butler was an NPC that I was supposed to avoid. So I was like scared half the time because the look at the butler's face.
Yeah,
that
he's
was no
creepy.
face. He was creepy as hell. Just
Oh God! What?
creepy as hell.
What,
The butler.
what Tomb Raider
And-
was that? That was.
I think it's the first one. I think
The second one, I think.
second or whatever.
The second or
But yeah.
third?
But yeah, as soon as you locked him in it, yeah. Hang on, yeah. All right.
God.
There
I know,
he is
parents.
in all his creepiness.
Parents. I know, right? Anyway, oh God, yes. Oh my God, that was 2D. He was holding 2 teacups. What?
Yes.
What? Wow. But yeah. You locked him in the fridge, and it was like I was like, yes, I caught the bad guy. Nope, nope. He was not the bad guy. Oh God. And
He
now
was
I'm now
creepy.
thinking about it now. I'm thinking about it now. I should probably launch the PlayStation 2 again and let him out. I should
He's
maybe
in
let
there
him out.
since he's in there since 20 years almost.
It's probably been like 20 years. He's probably, well, I think he's still alive.
Definitely.
Hopefully.
He got well conserved.
He's like,
That was a
he's
good
gonna
game.
he's gonna be like the guy from that show, and he's gonna be like, what year is it?
Yeah.
It's been 23 years. Dear.
Who won the World Cup? Which one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think a very important memory for me was when I finished Final Fantasy X or 10, whatever you want to call it. Because I tried to beat it like 100%, going through every freaking boss. I even bought myself a walkthrough. You did that back then. You bought these things. You didn't look them up on the internet.
Mhm.
You bought
Yeah,
these
visual
giant
guides.
books, right?
Yeah, I didn't know
So
it was too relevant.
I still
bought
have
of
one for
these.
Final Fantasy VIII.
Yeah, see, so I bought one of these and I went through all the hoops to get every little bit done through the Omega ruins with the what was it called? Ultimate weapon, Omega weapon, boss with like 999,000 lives, and my God! And after I finished it, I looked at the save game and it was like, yeah, you played this game for like 250 hours. And I was like, yeah, that was time well spent. It was really at that moment that I knew, yeah, that is, I would never do something, I would never change that. I would always do that again because that was so fun.
Mhm.
It was really like a defining experience as a gamer that I knew I want to do that over and over and over again.
Yeah, the only thing I can say is probably, but it's kind of bittersweet. Like every game, when I finished Kingdom Hearts,
Great fucking game.
yeah, game is amazing.
First game was simple as hell with a cliffhanger, and then he started making it confusing as shit.
Yeah, it did.
Mhm.
One of my best memories on the PlayStation 2 was actually from Time Splitters 3. So, you remember the multiplayer of that game?
Yes.
Yeah. There were certain characters, like the gingerbread man, that would say, "Bite my crunchy brown ass."
What?
Yeah, then there was also two, female characters that one were a stripper, I think, and the other one was like a prostitute or something. Funny enough, me and my friends weren't allowed to use those two characters because my friend's mother didn't think they were appropriate.
Oh my god.
I still remember when my friend told me that, yeah, we're not allowed to choose these two characters anymore because my mom doesn't
Oh my
like
God.
them.
Oh my god, that was me with Devil May Cry 1. That was my first experience with like a more mature game. Me and
Trish.
my friend brought it here, and he put it in my PS2, and we played it. And we got to the scene where he gets the sword in his like chest or whatever
Oh, yeah.
in the beginning. My father walks into the room and he's like, "What the fuck?" I was like, "Wait. What age is this game from?" And we was like, 15. I was not allowed to play it. It
You know the funniest thing about that scene? I remember it a lot bloodier than it actually is. Because
Yeah,
if you
it's-
look at it now, it's not that bad, but I remember
Mhm.
it as vicious somehow.
Same here. Like ever since then, I was not allowed to play like games like that, and it was weird. I eventually got out of that cycle.
Tell that to my dad and my childhood when I played GTA when I was 10.
What are you doing? Beating up hookers?
That was how I broke.
I
That
need
was
my
how I
money
broke the
back.
rule. I asked my father to pick up GTA San Andreas, and it was on the table one day. I was like,
Oh man.
it was like in plastic and everything. I was like, yes, I finally got it. And then I sit in my room and shoot hookers all night.
But I remember when I was very young and very stupid, by the way. This is going deep. One of my cousins owned one of the wrestling games that I really wanted to have. It was I think it was the second WWE game. The one where it's the only WWE game, like WWE SmackDown, that you can have more than 8 people in the ring at the same time. And so we was playing it one day. I really enjoyed it. And at the end of the day, when we was going home, I grabbed the game. That's not mine. It belonged to my cousin. And I stole the game and I went back home with it.
Oh my god.
You fuck.
You son of a bitch.
It was quite a day, indeed, because by the time the next morning, I got told that, well, I did not steal it. My mom basically made an excuse of it fell into my pocket.
No, that does not happen.
Like fucking classic.
So I came back, gave the game back, and he was like, "How was it?"
What did you say?
Worth it. Worth it.
Of course.
Oh my god.
He got it back though. I mean,
He got it back, yeah, but it was like 24 hours, which he'll never play the game again.
it was. I mean, we all done dumb shit. Like,
Yeah.
Shut up out there.
Hashtag professional.
Where was I? Oh, yeah, we all done stupid shit like that. It's probably
Big ass stupid
it's
shit.
familiar.
Yeah, kicking guys in the balls and shit, right, Martin?
Professionalism.
Yes.
Alright,
I'm
yeah,
actually installing San Andreas right now.
nice. Does anyone else have anything to add?
No, not really.
I joined just now. I'm back, by the way, and you are on the last questions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. No, I got nothing to say because I haven't folled the
Yeah, we were on the very
PlayStation 4
we were
thing, so.
we were on the very last question of
Mm.
I will say this though, like the PS2 is still somewhat or was still somewhat relevant in Thailand. So I have memories of playing Tekken against my cousin. That was fun.
Oh, you always get the best moments. You always get the
Yeah.
best moments when you're fighting your own family members.
Mhm. I put my sister
in
in
a
that
game.
game.
In a game which you are good at. And it's like I own this game. I am king of fighting games. You challenge me.
Also, it always brings out the best in your family members, doesn't it?
No, it doesn't. It really doesn't.
I mean, that moment if your brother calls you a son of a bitch, that's hilarious, isn't it?
Those games, yeah, I should fucking get another copy of Tekken 5 because mine I had the cover. Don't know where the disc is. I have
like
no
the
idea where the
majority.
disc is.
That's like the majority of my games, though. My games, I just have cases, no disc in them, and I'm like,
Yeah,
where are they?
same here.
It's in a pile, like
And
a pile of discs.
that's the
There is
reason why
somewhere.
Steam exists, right?
Yeah,
Well,
definitely.
You know something that at least I think I used to do, but I also witnessed other people doing it. Basically, when you had a game on the system, you couldn't be bothered to go and pick the case of it. So, like, you got the other game, you just switch the disc around and put it away. But then you do it with another game, and so on. Basically, it becomes a daisy chain. And when you're looking for a game, you go to the other game. You see inside there's another game, so you go back to that other game, and so
Do you
on.
remember?
Yeah, it's like
Do
a
you remember-
maze game.
Do you remember the
I
time?
remember. Sorry, go ahead.
I was like, do you remember the time when retail stores they had physical copies of the cases and the disc inside them?
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is becoming one of those things that only 2,000 kids will remember, or
Yeah.
kind of like the.
I know, right? The kids today will never experience retail stores.
Like the 3.5-inch floppies. Also, that's one thing that many children right now.
Oh my god, retail stores was like Candyland for me. When I
Oh
was
yeah.
younger. It was like,
Oh,
fuck
yeah.
yes, more video games.
Can you give me a minute? I'm trying to install like 20 floppy disks worth of
Oh,
Dark
yeah.
Souls.
Yes,
Oh,
there was the not personally, but there were those big games that came on like 5 or 6 CDs, and you have to not only to switch them to install, but also to play the different parts
Yeah.
of the game.
Oh,
Mist,
yeah.
I think was
Yeah,
it
I
called, one of
always
them.
hated in like Metal Gear Solid series. It's like, please insert disc number 2, and it was like in the middle of the cutscene, in like the middle of the most important cutscene. He was like on the edge, and he was so immersed in the cutscene.
Yeah.
You're like before the climax, it was like, please insert disc number 2 on Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah, that's Final Fantasy VII all over again.
Well, it's better than today. Today it would probably say, please buy an additional DLC to get the
Yeah.
Yes, now it would be like.
So you'd rather have another disc, that's fine.
Yep.
But
definitely.
imagine if you happened to lose a disc of the collection, maybe the one for the final part of the game.
There's people who sell like loose discs, which God bless these people.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
That's a whole new level of rage quit.
yeah.
I still own a physical box of a
Rip.
physical box of Doom, and the Doom
Oh,
has what?
The big box, the one when in the 90s where they
Yep.
gave you
Yep,
PC games with. Oh yes.
Yep, the big ginormous box, and it had like how many discs is it? 5? It has like 5 or 6 discs in it, and you only use all of them to install the game. Like you only need the first one. Like the other 5 discs is useless unless you want to reinstall the game, which is like, nah, it's gonna stay on my computer. Like I don't know what's the point having 10 different discs if you only gotta use one.
But backup
Well,
discs.
I actually have a bonus question for you guys. When did you buy your last PS2 game?
I still buy them regularly, so
Yes, every so often I also visited my video game store, local video game store, and see if there's something interesting. Maybe it
Yeah.
was a few months ago.
2 years ago, I think, for me.
I found
Ages.
I found a copy of Devil May
I
Cry
agree, Chad.
2 for literally $1. So yeah, that was the final game I bought, and that was a couple of months ago.
I think I abandoned it pretty
I think-
quickly after
I
the
think I
PlayStation
abandoned
3.
it.
Yeah,
I think I
agree with
abandoned
Shadow.
it when the Xbox
did the same.
360 came out. I abandoned it completely.
Oh,
Traitor.
here's a little derail thing. I bought the 360 after I used the PS2 for a long time. After a year, I switched to the PS3 again because again I gave Xbox a chance, and guess what? Red Ring of Death.
Yeah, yeah.
So I
So-
bought
What just happened?
last year actually. I bought the Final Fantasy VII Dirge of Cerberus run just because I'm such a big Final Fantasy VII fan. I
Yes.
just wanted to knew what's going on in this game, but yeah, it was shit.
Come on, Vincent!
Yeah, he was pretty cool, but it's like it has nothing to do with Final
Wait,
Fantasy.
wait. I'm sorry. You just said you are a fan of Final Fantasy VII,
Yes.
but yet you just dissed Final Fantasy VII.
No, Dirge of Service
It's a
is a
long
spin-off
relationship.
game.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, Dirge of Service is a spin-off game. It's
Oh, is it? Oh, never mind.
yeah, it's
it
considered like
is.
very mediocre.
It's a third-person shooter.
Yeah, it's a Final Fantasy game that's a third-person shooter.
It's really
Really?
weird, yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of cheap rip-offs, have you heard of the Unreal Championships?
No, I only know Unreal Tournament, sorry.
Yeah.
Can you- what's the name again?
Unreal Championship.
Unreal
It's ba-
Championship? No.
It's basically oh shit, it's an Xbox title. Oh god damn.
Wah, wah, wah.
Wah, wah, wah. Okay, so the idea of the Unreal Championship is it's basically a battle royale sort of style, but it had story mode. It actually had story mode. Like the first Unreal tournament actually has story mode. And the story mode's basically a tournament sort of thing, like you fight to the death, and if you win, those characters would never be seen again, and it's like one-shot cutscenes of like these bosses and all that. It's fun. It was fun to watch at the time. But yeah, that's an Xbox title. We're talking about PlayStation 2. We could talk about Xbox in another podcast or something.
Yes. I mean, you had the same experience kind of with Quake Arena. That was on PlayStation 2.
Oh yeah.
The matter is, fast shooters on gamepads don't really work.
No. Not for me, at least, yeah.
Well, personally, shooters in general with a gamepad are just no way. I can't get.
I mean, I can barely
along
get
with them.
past shooting in like Metal Gear Solid, just because it is primarily a stealth game, so it doesn't bother me that much. But
I had to have
my God,
when Call of Duty came out, I had to play, the game on literally like ridiculously high sensitivity just to get accurate goddamn aiming. It was that stupid. I think mine was set like 12 or 13, at least the sensitivity, just to get accurate goddamn aim. It was quite stupid. Wasn't Call of Duty on PS2?
yeah, there were. I think the first two were on PlayStation 2, weren't they?
Wasn't the third one on PS2?
The one that actually were in World War One. No, World War Two. It was.
Anyways, let's wrap shit up here. We're
Yeah,
talking
yeah,
for fucking hours, actually. All right, console. Where can we find you?
Right now, I'm running the show Consoles Video Games Perspectives on YouTube. So I do video games and stuff related to video games, and sometimes I drop some stuff of my country, Italy, inside as well. Although still that can be related to games, board games, and that kind of stuff.
All right, sweet. Emergy, where can we find you?
On YouTube, of course, under the same name. Emergy channel has just the same name. Let's plays about mostly story-driven games, and yeah, whatever I want to play.
Sweet. Mr. Grodus, where can we find you?
You can find me on YouTube on my gaming channel LP Grodus and my review channel Frogface, and you can find me on Twitter as LP Grodus and FrogfaceR.
All right, sweet. Nemo, where can we find you, buddy?
Look, I'm gonna be honest here. I'm the most British person on here. I have a top hat. I actually have my own cup. I have my own mug. I don't have a monocle. That's annoying. I need a monocle. But you can find me on YouTube at Nemo Gaming. And you can find me on Twitter. That is also called Nemo Gaming. And of course, I don't know what else to say right now, so I'm just delaying the inevitable.
Go back to the 1800s. All right. Relogs, where can we find you?
You can find me both on YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch, just as Relox Gaming, and I'm the most active on Twitch.
All right, sweet. Shadow, buddy. Go on.
Yo,
Your stuff.
you can find you can find me on Twitter and YouTube as Shadow1990CH, and I do let's plays of mostly like story-driven games. And I also do a weekly VR series where I play awesome VR games or sometimes shitty VR games. And you can see me get motion sick and almost fall on my face. It's great. Today,
highlight of the show, I'd say.
It's really today I played a game in which the character did a backflip. And it almost threw me off my fucking feet. It's fucking weird. But yeah.
Sweet. As for me, you can find me on youtube.com/psychorender. You're searching the search bar because I have a custom URL. On Twitch under psychorender as well, and on Twitter under psychorender. For all your complaints, send them to twitter.com/operative_ren, otherwise or ren operative _.
Alternatively, send them to
Let
Donald
me
Trump.
check so we can make sure that.
Then we blame the right person. No way.
Yeah, the one's fault for everything is Renegade Operative. Keep that in mind.
Send your complaints to him.
Okay, it's ren operative _.
Yes.
Okay.
Sweet.
Glad we sorted this out.
All right, where are they here? Watch relogs.
What?
Okay, that's enough.
All right, take care, everyone.
See you next time.